Welcome to this video, where we're gonna be creating 3D medieval boots all the way from scratch to a final low poly with textures. In part 1 we're gonna be creating the base. Let's start by applying a texture to the plane. We go to texture map, and then we can choose a texture to apply. So I'm just gonna use this picture of a soul. And we need to flip the texture as it's rotated wrong. But as you can see, when you flip the texture, the UVs get messed up, so just do it with the rotate tools. Now hold down the Control key and we're gonna mask out the sole of the boot. Once we've made the mask, I'm gonna extract the mask, and I have a quick plugin for this that will do it faster. I'll link it in the description. Now let's ZBRUSH the topology. And I'm just doing a bunch of ZBRUSHes to get a nice topology, and then we use the polish to get a clean edge. When I work in ZBRUSH, I like to have a clean topology all the time, as sculpting just becomes a lot easier when you can kinda model as well. Let's make the mesh transparent, and we can adjust the opacity by the sliders. You can find these sliders in the preferences. Now with the move brush, we're gonna line up the border of the object to the border in the picture. Let's go into solo mode to hide the image. And now I'm gonna apply a bend curve. The bend curve will allow you to make a nice bended surface. Change the axis of the bend. Now we can start dragging out these points to make the surface bend. So I'm just looking at the reference and I'm trying to match the curvature. It's a little hard to see, so I want to preview some thickness by doing the dynamic thickness. You should set up a custom menu for this, so you can use it more fast and easily. So now I'm just gonna go back and adjust the points to match the curvature. And you can add more points. You should go from a few points to more and more points to kinda go from block out to detail. And once you're done, just switch to a brush and you can edit your mesh again. And I'm gonna duplicate the mesh to make the heel. So let's put it in place. And then we want to cut out the part that we don't need and delete it. So again, I'm adding some thickness to preview. Now I'm gonna merge everything together and I'm gonna quickly put it into place where it should be on the character. So I'm gonna split up the parts again. And let's add some thickness back again. Move it into place. Just messing with the settings of the thickness. And I'm gonna hide most of the body to preview it better. I only want the leg. Using the move brush, just move it into place. And maybe I should notice that at this point we're not really sculpting, but we're just modeling inside ZBRUSH. And this is because when we model and we work with a clean, nice topology, it's gonna be faster and it's gonna be looking better, because it needs to be really clean as a base. So I'm gonna put a sphere into place and we're just gonna mask this sphere to extract a part of the shoe. And I'm making a duplicate to use later on for the heel part. So let's make a mask. And we extract again. Again, I'm using a quick plugin for this, it's linked in the description. ZBRUSH to get a clean topology to work with. And now we're just gonna move it into place. So as always, I'm speeding up parts of the video where I'm just kinda working on it, because I don't want these videos to be too long. I'm using the smooth brush at this point a lot, and I do this to push down the polygons. So once we're happy with the shape, I'm gonna go back and add some thickness like we did earlier. And this thickness is just to preview it, you don't apply it, it's just so you can see it better. So you want to make sure that you take a look at the underlying foot, so you can realistically shape it around that foot. You don't want to change the sole too much, but you can tweak it a little bit, as this is matching the picture from earlier. So this is like a guideline for the whole shoe. Now I'm gonna do the same with the heel as we did earlier. We're gonna move it into place. Then we make a mask. And then we extract this mask. Then we're gonna ZBRUSH and polish. Polish now to get a clean shape. Move it into place now. And you want to keep an eye on the topology all the time. When you see it isn't clean, just ZBRUSH it and polish it. So this will be the main base of the boot, and it's just cylindrical shape with some thickness previewed. I'm just moving it into place with the move and smooth brush, yes. I'm gonna do a quick mirror to preview the whole model better. And now inside Marvelous Designer we wanna replace the base that we were just moving into place with something nice with nicely realistic folds. Hit Shift F to bring up the arrangement points. We can just easily put it in place this way. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And press N to bring out the sewing tools, and we're gonna sew the ends together. And I'm just applying a different material to the mesh, so you can have a better view of the pants and the boots. And I want to put the boots on layer 1. This way it will always be above the pants. Let's make the pattern a little bit smaller so it will fit tight and nice. You just want to go in and kind of pull on the fabric to fix small issues like this. So let's go ahead and make a duplicate for the other side of the leg. Move it into place. So let's add a point so the sides will be a bit higher. Then we convert the point to a curve point so it will be nice and smooth. And I noticed that the stitching is in the wrong side, so I'm just gonna move it around a bit until it's good. So let's delete the wrong side. Now we can copy paste the right side and just move it over again. Again, I'm just kind of pushing and pulling on the pattern until I like how it looks. Let's pull the sides up and freeze it once you're happy with how it looks. And we're gonna do the same for the other side. I'm gonna extend the pattern outline, make sure to create an internal line, cut and sew it. Now we freeze this pattern to make sure the boots stay in place. So I'm gonna mess around with the fabric type a bit and see whatever makes it look the best. The reft and wrap is a great way to get some extra folds into your pattern. I'm gonna extend the pattern again, cut and sew and freeze the pattern so it will stay in place. Let's put some internal lines in, and we're gonna use this to sew onto. Quickly copy and paste a bunch of copies. Duplicate them to the other side so we can sew onto them. And hit the N key for the segment sewing, and then we're just gonna sew them all together. Let's make a first export to preview how it looks inside ZBRUSH. Let's polish a bit to see how it looks. I want to have a bit more folds, so I'm gonna go back in Marvelous Design and edit the pattern. A good way to get some more folds is to use the steam tools. And then you can just brush in where you want to have more folds or less. So let's make another export so we can see how it all looks inside ZBRUSH. first it looks like we have too many folds, but it's good to have a lot so we can smooth and polish them out. It's better to have too many folds than too little, because you can easily get rid of them. So I'm gonna do another export without thickness, as I do not want this. We're gonna put the thickness inside ZBRUSH. Let's do our first ZBrush so we can see how that will look. I think some of the folds were too thin, so I'm gonna use the inflate brush to slightly inflate some of the folds. So now let's do another ZBrush to see how it looks, now that we inflate some things. Let's mask out the top and we're gonna polish this, so it will look less sharp. Now I'm just gonna move things into place with the move brush. I'm going to change the color to something that represents leather better, so I have a better preview. You want to pay close attention to where the stitching line will be. Now that we ZBrushed, let's inflate some of the folds again. And let's grab the directional smooth brush. This is a smooth brush that's really nice to smooth out folds, as it will only smooth out one direction. I'm quickly gonna make a mask on the leg to have a little piece of leather behind the boots. Again, to get rid of these sharp janky things, you just want to mask it and you want to use the polish tools. So I'm just going over the whole mesh, moving things around and smoothing things out. So now that things are into place, I'm gonna start using the polish tools to see how it will look like once I smooth it out. I'm not liking how the polish looks, I'm gonna make a new layer. And with the smooth direction, I'm gonna brush up and down to smooth out all of the folds. And now that we have a layer that's completely smooth, we can mess around with the slider to change the intensity of the folds. So mess around with the layer until you got something that you like. Again, that's not actual thickness yet, it's just a preview. If you like how everything's looking, just bake down all the layers. Now with the clay brush, I'm gonna give a bit more fullness to the top of the boots. So just going over both the boots, making them look nicer. And that's it for the first part. Now we got a nice base inside ZBRUSH that we're gonna continue to work on the second part. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. See you.